guys, welcome back to the Jimmy Broadbent YouTube channel. But today we're not in my trusty house. I was going to say shed then, but I sort of forgot the last few years having. In fact, I'm actually somewhere completely different. This here is the Vulcan Alpha workshop. You might not have heard of those guys, but you've probably heard of this guy.
Hi there.
This is Misha. This is your business.
Welcome to Vulcan Alpha, your new home, because you've been living here for the last week, actually, between the races. But what do we do here? We design, engineer, manufacture, test, develop, and all kinds of things regarding to car parts, upgrade parts, everything for track and car enthusiasts all around the world here at the Nürburgring. So just a quick example what we have here. We have here, for example, BMW M2 that we're developing a kit for right now. So we have here this very fancy shining 3D scanner. So we scan the car. We will show you maybe some designs later on that we are doing.
We do that now?
We can
I
do
think that's really cool.
Lapo is already doing some mock-ups of the M2. So the plan, what we are doing with it is we want to have a two-stage kit, not like stage 25 remap or something, but two-stage because you can have one bolt-on which will be street legal within German regulations or any regulations, and then you can bolt on some additional parts to, I don't give a F about your rules, and go full crazy for a track day or even rest specification. Anyway, subscribe, like, and share for more updates and technical data. Should we have a look at some other stuff?
Guy, what a shill. Yeah, this is the stuff that I'm like, but this is the stuff that I like, so
yeah, exactly.
Back out here again. This is Vulcan Alpha's simulator, made by the guys at Novus, who are, where would you say they were from again?
Slovenia.
So a Slovenian company. Tell me a bit about this, because you're not obviously not really renowned as a sim racer. In fact, whenever I invite him to do races with us, he finds some sort of excuse. Like, oh, sorry, I'm driving the real life Nürburgring today. I can't go.
Yeah, sure. So it's a quite an interesting story because, as you know, my to-be wife is from Croatia. So when we were driving to Croatia, these guys said like, hey, would you like to stop by at our HQ in Slovenia on the way to Croatia? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? Did some testing and I fell in love with the sim because the thing is, it's a motion rig. But I have quite some experience with motion rigs, and I don't know about you, Jimmer, but in my case, I have mostly negative experience with them compared to the real life driving because they add so much drama and you end up flying around. Sometimes the steering wheel is not even connected to the seat and it's a mess. Whereas in this case, it actually adds to the experience and I said, you know what? I love it. I need to have it.
We've been using it a bit over the weekend, mainly for sort of kind of getting ourselves in the mindset for driving the Nordschleife. And also, something to mention, it's pretty functional and pretty easy to customize because you might notice on here is my trusty Moza R21 from home. The guys over at Novus sent us over, thank you Tara, appreciate that. Sent us over some mount equipment for that wheel. We've been using that on the rig for the last few days and it feels like it's meant to be there. But what we're going to do is we're going to get on now, try it out, and the thing I'm most interested in is emotion because mainly because a couple of days ago, or I don't know, I'm not quite sure when that video went out, I released a video basically ripping the Joe Rogan rig apart for not having the monitors attached to the motion rig, and I came here and Misha's like, hey Jimmy, the monitors aren't attached to the rig, and you're going to be okay with that. So we're going to try it out, see what it's like, and just have our impressions of what as Misha says, a good motion rig. The rig that Joe Rogan was made from is about 70 grand, I think. This is around half that. Yeah,
this is 32 without tax, but the most of it goes actually, a big portion of it goes into the actual PC because it has 4090 GPU, which is like, pfft.
The first thing we're going to be driving in this, the Nürburgring, obviously, because we're here, we might as well drive it, but we're driving something quite special. In this is an Opel Speedster, which might not sound very special, but it is Lapo's Opel Speedster, and it's literally behind us in the garage here. Look.
Oh, there. Like a real project car, it is on jack stands.
Yeah, I mean, not quite in full functioning mode right now, but
yeah, but we can just pretend that this like prototype wing with all the stuff on it will be actually like on the car with some dual elements, side plates.
Oh, we can do this. Well, I got this. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to go through the time attack build, mate.
Yes.
So now we have down here.
Oh yeah, like the Celica. Like so, bloop, like full Formula One. Anyway, Jimmy, get on the sim. Do what you're good at.
I feel really like, you know, like the guy. What do I do with my hands? I'm like, what do I do? Well, I'm just carrying it around now. Right, okay, so here we are at the gates. I forgot my card, but luckily they've been kind enough to open it up for me.
It's a track day.
Oh, track day. Oh, okay, it stops pretty well. So out we go. We're using the paddle shifters here. because this version of the car in my mind's got paddle shifters. Oh, bloody hell, over the bump. And off we go then for our lap of the Nordschleife with motion in a car that's sitting literally just behind us, which is pretty special. So first things first, I'm not feeling like I'm being thrown out of a seat, which is the main thing. The scary thing for me in motion is people tend to crank them up so high, as Misha said a bit earlier on, that you end up having these horrible moments where you're just being lunged around in the seat and you have no chance of really doing anything apart from sitting there and experiencing pain. I remember once doing a sim event across the road here at the Nürburgring, and yeah, ended up battered and bruised, but this is nothing like that so far. Now, I want to address a couple of things. I mentioned that having screens not tied to motion in the Joe Rogan video is pretty jarring. Now, this, I think, as similar to that Joe Rogan sim rig, has such big monitors that, to be honest, now I'm here doing it, you don't really notice the fact that you're moving and the sim isn't, so to speak. You get a little bit of movement from the car in the sim, of course, to sort of simulate those G-forces, but otherwise, I think it's okay. It's perfectly livable. So let's throw it through here with shredding droids. Your big bump at the front there. You get a little bit of that sideways motion, which I think is the thing that puts a lot of people off. But otherwise, this feels decent. This feels nice. The construction of the rig as well feels pretty decent. As I said before, we've just popped our Moza R21 wheel on here, and it feels right at home. Come up to my good friend Rebel Tree. Hello, mate. Even when I'm across the world, even when I'm here in Germany, we'll say hello. Yeah, I have in the past said that motion really isn't for me because I feel like it just takes away more than it adds, but I think this is probably the second or third rig that I've been on with motion. And I've tried quite a few that actually feels like, hey, you know, this is all right. I'm not feeling like I want to throw up after half a lap here. And it's very cool getting to drive this little speedster here, given that it's just sort of sitting there in the background. I mean, I've got to try, and this is my audition to try and drive it in real life, I think. So I've got to stop trying to loop it. I've got Boss Man watching me. What do you reckon so far, Misha? Have I got a future in the speedster?
Yeah, I think it's quite alright. When we finished with our like very big DRS active aero kit, with potentially maybe K-swap, turbo.
Now we're talking. Wait,
Yeah.
turbo? Okay.
Yeah, of course. I mean, our goal would be even a Jet V8, but I think I need to sell whole of Vulcan Alpha and the sim and everything to afford that. But that would be like, you need to dream big. Live your dreams, don't dream your life, right?
Thank you, Misha.
Yeah, so far, this motivations.
Well, the great thing about sim, right, is you can just whack a Judd V8 in here and try it out, see what it's like.
And speaking about motivation, I mean, it's funny how over the last 2 weekends, everyone was calling our race car the influencer BMW. And funny that a lot of comments were in the on social media that people were thinking that they were offending us by calling us influencers. But I said, you know what? If this inspires people, if it influences them to chase their dreams, that shows them that you can become a professional race car driver representing a manufacturer, driving a GT4 race car one day from your sim in the shed, from being completely depressed, mentally unstable person, talking about myself, not you, maybe you as well. Then for sure, call us influencers. Call it the influencer BMW. Hopefully it will influence a lot of people. And sim racing will inspire a lot of people to become an actually one day proper race car driver.
It's so cool, like, I mean, this is a very unique thing to jump into the sim after doing multiple races around here over the weekend, you know, in a GT4 race car, and feeling some of the bumps that you feel when you're out there. And this is an older version of the Nürburgring from Kudos, so it's not the most up-to-date one that's an ACC. But even so, go over this curb, yeah, big hit. Go over that curb, get very big hit. You do that, don't do that.
Pass on the grass.
Through the Steve Brown slalom through there.
Yeah. Code Steve Brown.
But you feel some of the similar things. Like there's a little lip here when you turn in, the road sort of falls away from you. You feel that in this motion here. So yeah, I've got to say that I'm sort of a little bit impressed with this. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than this. So yeah, I'll give it a good mark, I guess. I try not to fucking hell.
I'm happy you're happy.
Thank you.
Your mic is flashing green, mine is red. Is this okay?
Probably not. Misha, do you have any rally stages on this?
I'm not sure, but even if we don't, we can easily download them.
Okay. It was good so far. But I haven't hit any jumps yet. Oh god. Whoa. So far, nice and calm. Haven't hit anything as of yet. At some point, I assume it's going to be an oh god. No. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry. Who needs pace notes when you're just this good of a driver? You just don't see it from other channels. Oh my god, wall jumps. Oh my god. Lowest time. Oh god, there it is. Don't worry, guys, I found it. So you're seeing there is an element of the motion sim will kick your ass if you're being an idiot and trying to drive through a rally stage poorly. But I kind of like that, you know, a little bit anyway. I don't know if I'd have it on my own rig at home, but it's kind of nice to experience the genuine fear. Oh god. This ain't going well so far. So in my defence, this car is set up for tarmac rallying right now, which is why maybe it's not quite as strong on this gravel stage. Who'd have thunk it? It is fun. I'm trying to make sure that I don't walk up. Oh. This video is always meant to be some sort of like semi-serious style review of a simulator, but instead it's just devolved into me crashing lots and laughing about it, which I think is, again, what most of my videos end up as. Just reverse. It feels like a lot of the motion responds to, well, obviously these big hits I'm getting, but it responds to like slip rather than the surface of the road. So when I'm actually driving like this, it doesn't feel too difficult. As soon as I start sliding, then you start getting that the feel of it in the car, and the feel of the tyre sort of skimming across the top of this gravel here. Like here, for example, I start feeling it as I'm going sideways. Not so much just in a straight line. Okay.
So can you say that the motion causes a lot of commotion?
Shut the f*** up, Misha, alright? This is a very serious mission.
Lots of emotional damage.
What you guys don't see, well actually maybe you do see, is every weekend, and every time when Misha is like this, like he's got some sort of phrase or word or something, anything you say, there's someone rattling around in here, he grabs it, and he just talks at you for 10 minutes. He's like, Misha, please, let me, it doesn't stop, it never stops. What you got for that one, huh? What you got for that one?
I'm just thankful for you to be here.
Oh, don't say that. I love you, Misha. I'm sorry. Right, given that my body is broken, I have to hand over to this literal bodybuilder here, and hopefully he'll do better than me. That's got to be world record for quickest crash. Get time on.
Okay, that's a 360. Okay. Are we in the Mini or something, or what is this?
This is a Celica.
Right, man, I got some laps to do in TF, so on a track that I do know.
So that was, I've got to say, a lot better than expected, especially given the motion element. It didn't take anything away, which I think is the best thing about motion rigs, when they get it right, because people try and add stuff, and then, as you said at the start of the video, it can end up sort of being just spine breaking.
Exactly, just the drama, and you end up fighting the motion. I know back in the days when I did like some sim racing, I was invited, back in the big COF days, I was invited by some local people and on the motion rigs, and they were switching up the motion. I'm like, aren't you supposed to promote the motion? Like, no, motion is not good. Like, So
this is a nice change to that, I think. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. A big thank you to Misha and of course to Vulcan Alpha for that hospitality this weekend, because as Misha said earlier, I was sort of living on this sofa for the last week. Very comfy in there, I would recommend. If you're interested in any new and tasty parts for your race car around here, then check out the link down below in the description. Is that what the description is nowadays? I think it
probably,
is.
yeah. Or if you want to have stuff 3D scanned or 3D printed, we can 3D print Jimmer with our big 3D printer. Maybe that could be the 1 million subs award for you.
There is an adult market here. We could explore that. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.